Well, that was special, wasn't it?
So much fun.
So our live viewers know what's going on, but those watching the recording, just if we look a little bit on the frazzled side, yeah, that's because we are. And I stole Dawn's computer because mine decided to just die.
Yep, so I'm flying blind, guys.
That's okay, because that's what this technology is for. We're gonna just go for this, and just it's all good. And you guys, if you want to throw any questions to Dawn as she's talking, be sure you type them into the chat, because that's what happens when you're here live for the show. You get to interact with us. We see ya. We see you typing, and of course, you see us. The unedited version. No, we never edit. We don't have to do that because we don't use bad words, and we're just good that way. That's a little inside tease to my director, Scott, who's amazing and fixed this problem for us in like no time flat. Yes. He says I never say anything nice about him, so I'm going to make a big point of
saying nice things.
Yes, so
even if they aren't true.
Shh. All right, so shall we get on with the show?
On with the show.
Yeah, so we are going to talk about some of that normal fun stuff, some why won't they buy analysis, and looking at some scores. Some we call them seed the brain hot sales. Thank you. Yes, that instead of we call them scores over on the Danni App Facebook group. And just so you guys know, that is the place to be, because you don't just see a few of them. You get to see like a whole list of these awesome, awesome scores that come through, different business models, all that good stuff. So, hi, Dawn. You're back.
Hi, Danni.
For those who don't know Dawn, she's becoming a regular on the show because she is so phenomenal at a piece of this puzzle that I am really bad at, and that is organization and staying on task and keeping things decluttered and all that good stuff. So I think that's a really important piece to bring to my viewers as well. So thank you for being here again.
Happy to be here. Always willing to share what I know and to help people. And I get inspiration for all the wonderful sellers out there. They have great ideas too.
Oh, for sure. Yes. That's what I love about the groups, too. You have your own group, too.
I do. The Declutter with Diva Dawn Facebook group. So if you're not on that already, ask to join. We'll get you right
Come
in.
on over.
And we'll let you share and pick everybody's brains for ideas for what will help you.
Awesome. So we are going to talk about the upcoming fourth quarter.
Yay! Can hardly wait for fourth quarter.
And for those who get my Monday motivation newsletter, my video this week was doing I did a happy dance on video.
I saw. Back to school.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened.
Kids are back in school. Yeehaw! But, it's not just I love my kids. I don't care if they're home all the time. I'm doing the happy dance because it frees moms up to start shopping again.
And that's what we want. We want them out there Halloween shopping. We want them Christmas shopping, Hanukkah shopping for themselves, shopping just because they want to shop.
Yeah, those are the best ones.
They got all this free time now.
Those are the best ones. Just shop because you want to shop.
That's it.
So I haven't kept track. How many days before Christmas are we?
Oh, we must be about 119, something like that.
I knew you'd know that.
Well, it was 128 last Tuesday, so it's 118.
Wow, 118 days, and you know that we can't really count up until Christmas because people stop shopping. Well,
most people stop shopping.
Amazon. This could be interesting because Amazon has really created a monster with this 2-day, get it now, 1 day, get it now stuff. So we're going to be seeing orders like right up into Christmas. But I tell you what, and this isn't such a bad thing because if you've got the pieces in place to deliver an overnight service or a 2-day service, that's an edge.
Absolutely, because everybody's going to skip right over anybody that can't if they're ordering at the last minute.
I just had one of those deals today. I had this woman frantic. It was an Etsy sale. and she emailed me that her daughter's getting married on Saturday, and she wants to buy this double marriage rosary that I had listed. And she asked if I could overnight it. Without hesitation, I said yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So then I started thinking, oh, today is show day. Okay, I got to head out of the house at like 1 o'clock. Oh, this item happens to be down at the booth at my antique malls. I had to run down there and get it. And I pre-printed out I was going to do USPS Express Mail. She's in Arizona. I thought, piece of cake, right? Oh, no. USPS could not deliver this item overnight.
To Arizona?
To Arizona.
That's like you could drive it there in 4 hours.
I was thinking about it. but seriously, I was like, yeah, right. Yeah, well, no, I could stay within the speed limit. Kinda.
I couldn't.
Sorta. Ish. But no, really. So I looked at the lady at the post office. I was like, seriously, there's no way USPS can deliver this to Arizona by tomorrow. Nope. No, ma'am. We can't guarantee. I picked up my package and I said, good luck with that. And I walked out the door and headed to FedEx.
And they could guarantee it?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. She is going to be one happy buyer.
Oh, it'll be there by 4:30 tomorrow. But then I'm thinking, what monster are we creating that you can wait until 2 days before your daughter's getting married to decide to order what should be a very important element of the ceremony? Is the rosary, but that is, I'm telling you, it is how people are now. It is, oh my gosh, I need that. I want it now.
What do you mean I can't have it now?
Yeah, right. So that's going to give you a distinct edge if you get those pieces into place. So let's talk to people who have never had a fourth quarter experience before.
Oh, they're going to love it.
Yeah. What are they going to love?
They're going to love the ka-ching going off on their phone constantly because sales are going to ramp up and you're going to be shipping and the money's going to be flowing in. But there's the problem too. If you're not ready, if you're not prepared, if you don't expect how much more there's going to be this quarter coming up, you're going to be frantic because you're not going to have time to list and you're not going to have time to do the other things in your business. Whatever you're shipping now, triple it at least, time-wise. If it takes you an hour to get your shipping done, it's going to take you 3 hours in Q4. So I guess my first tip for a newbie is get your shipping area streamlined, get it well stocked, because the last thing you want to do is run out of boxes and have to go scavenging or make a trip to the post office just to pick up a box.
Yeah.
So get those supplies ordered, the bubble wrap, the peanuts. Don't run out of tape. Get all of that. Be ready. I don't care if you've got too much to fit in your storage area. Believe me, it won't last long. So get your shipping area ready and get you prepared that shipping's going to take about 3 times as long as it normally does the rest of the year.
And it's also, this may be a good time too, if your business is going to ramp up that much, bring in some holiday help.
Exactly. It's hard if it's your first season to know how much it's going to help you, how much help will help you, or how much help you even need. So it might not hurt if maybe your spouse will come in and learn how to do it just in case there's a problem. It's also a great time to make things simplified. Think about in Q4, you're going to source as necessary, but all you're really going to do is list and ship and list and ship and rinse and repeat. Yeah. You're going to not do all the extraneous stuff. Just make it simple.
I hear you. Yeah. So fourth quarter, like you mentioned too, it comes with those increased sales and things. But what is the key to getting those increased sales too?
It's list.
Yep.
List the right stuff. There is nothing worse than finding that box of fabulous Christmas ornaments in February.
Yeah, I was going to say January. Yeah.
So go through the inventory that you haven't listed and separate it out. Get the holiday stuff, the things that are time sensitive. Your Halloween stuff should already be up.
Oh, heavens, yes.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, Get them up. The shoppers are there. I've been selling Christmas stuff for weeks.
Yep.
Then get the big ticket items listed, the stuff that's going to bring you the most money.
Oh, yeah.
And then get your gift stuff listed.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you're listing in all your niches, because if you're starting to sell one thing, the more you list of it, the more visibility that niche is going to get.
Absolutely.
But the absolute key to Q4 is to simplify it to list and ship. List and ship, list and ship. Shop only as necessary.
Yeah. Really, now's the time to get your inventory. And you and I both talk to a lot of people that have mountains of unlisted inventory. And
some have mountain ranges.
And from a business perspective, it's just a bad thing. There's no way to sugarcoat that. That is something you simply have to get out of the habit of having, is do not go out and buy more stuff till you have got what you have into a manageable mode.
And if you can take the time now before it gets really crazy Q4, get those boxes and bags opened and start segregating. If you sell coffee mugs and needlepoint kits and glassware, get the stuff out, separated into those categories, so you can, when you list, you can list efficiently. Mm-hmm. With sell similar, and get that stuff sectioned off to what's the most important to list now, and get them listed. Don't waste time. I mean, who thinks of sourcing as wasting time? We all think of it as fun.
Oh, yeah.
But in Q4, it's a waste of time.
It is.
And money.
Mm-hmm.
If you already have inventory, that's perfect for the season.
Yep. And even, you can go back and look. If you've got stuff that's been listed, 2, 3, 4 years, go back and freshen that stuff up. And you know what I've been doing right now? I've got a new system. You're going to hear this.
I like
You'll
systems.
be proud of me. You'll be proud of me. So we go back and we sort the active listings by the oldest first.
Absolutely.
And then what we're doing is month by month, we're going in, we're taking those down, pulling them out of our inventory, bringing them in and going, okay, now what groups can we make out of this? We're grouping things together. That's the last chance to sell it. And we're going to do it on auction. And if it doesn't sell,
it's out the door.
Out the door. So nothing is ever going older than a year. And we're giving it that last chance. We're giving extra value. We're putting like 4 or 5 really good things together and starting it at $9.99. So if there might be something in your niche. Hey, come on over. Utterly Good Stuff. It's going to start this on Sunday. So this is our first test
Very exciting.
of doing that. But it's the only way we can really think of keeping those inventory shelves from getting to where we don't know what's on them. We don't know if we still have this item or that item, because there's nothing worse than selling something and going out to your boxes or bins or whatever your stuff is and going,
where did it go?
I can't find it. Yeah, that is not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Q4.
It's a deal.
Millions of online sellers are looking for one identity to use in thousands of platforms. E-Rated manages your reputation by importing unlimited social media, marketplace, and behavioral data. It reveals your cross-platform performance, compares it with competitors, and calculates your e-worth. And it gives you the tools you need to improve sales and find room to grow. Discover your e-worth and your own reputation.
ShareYourReputation.com. Did you get yours yet? Your E-Rated account?
No. I forgot.
Thank you.
I am so ashamed.
Just real quick, what they're doing is so edgy because there was just an article about Google just bought some technology for their new algorithm. I don't know how that techie stuff works, but anyway, they're really reputation, which means your reviews and your feedback and your, customer testimonials, all that stuff is going to be hugely important in Google searches, in organic Google searches in the near future. So, and E-Rated has the answer for that. So, and it's free. It's free.
Then why haven't I done it yet?
Because I just haven't cracked the whip enough.
That's it, exactly.
So, we had a question. That's right. We had a question come in the chat from Miss Linda. Says, how do you mark your items so you know how old they are or how long you've had them? And as I was saying, and you probably do something similar.
Absolutely.
In your Selling Manager or Selling Manager Pro, they both do this. If you go to your active listings and in the column, make sure you have the column that shows you the start date. And you can sort that start date by oldest first. And it's going to show you the date that you originally listed that item. Because I do everything good till canceled, meaning I list it and forget it. It just keeps renewing month after month.
Now, if you're somebody that lists every 30 days and renews the listing manually and gets a new number, then you're not going to be able to do it that easily. Then you're going to have some kind of a code when you put your stock location in your custom field, or when you initially list it, or in some way so that maybe you store your things chronologically.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just going to kind of be a crapshoot for you to guess when you listed it.
And it's you guys, I can't stress this enough. This is important business stuff. This is the difference between treating your business like a business or an online yard sale. You have to know how old your inventory is. You have to know where your money is tied up. You need to know your profitability on an item. And if you have held on to something, for instance, you spent $20 on this, and it's in your inventory for 2 years. That is $20 of your money tied up that you can't put into something else. So you don't want that stuff sitting that long. And I know you got some oldies in there too.
I do.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of things that I keep a while are long tail and things that I know have to sit there. But they still have a shelf life to me.
But you also, and I know you have a system of clearing those things. You have a donation pickup that comes on a regular basis and gets stuff out of there.
Exactly. In fact, they called me today to confirm that they're coming Wednesday.
I always feel this little I want to go look and see what she's getting rid of.
It's usually like a lot of teacups and saucers that haven't sold, maybe some plush that hasn't sold.
You're killing me.
It's not the good stuff.
You're killing me.
It's not the good stuff.
It's all in the eye of the beholder, I'm telling you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's so important to know where your money is tied up, because we have spent money on this stuff, and this is a lesson that I got to tell you that I wasn't keeping very good track of this up until this year. I've really started, looking at those numbers in my business and where it makes sense, because I don't want to miss out on this auction lot that I could be buying over here because my money's tied up in.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about those.
In
men's boxers.
Men's boxers.
Aren't they cute?
So let's talk about this. This is what happens when you're training your husband to source. So as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 10 packages of these. They're a 3-pack of Power Club men's boxers, right? Sounds like a good deal. Bought them for $5 each, because when they were scanned, the listing that came up under this UPC showed they were going for about $24.
Well, that does sound like a good deal.
Yeah, right.
Was it the right listing?
12-pack.
Oh, so the person that read the scan wasn't paying enough attention.
Yeah, but I can't totally throw him under the bus because he showed it to me. What about these, honey? I'm like, yeah. So rookie mistake, but I wanted to bring it up because it's important. And here, almost 20 years into this, I still make these mistakes too. Check your details, especially when you are sourcing for Amazon. The quantity, this is not so much, with eBay, do you run it? And this is where these are going now, by the way. They're going on eBay. They're going to go it's your chance. Anybody needs to stock up on men's boxers. These are going to be a killer deal in a big old 1-lot bundle. We'll get our money back out of them. But yeah, you got to watch those fine little, like a 2-pack or 3-pack, or especially with everybody learning bundling.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's all good. But you know what? I'm so thrilled he's learning.
That's exciting. I wish mine would. I say, honey, there's a garage sale sign there. He goes, oh, yeah, we missed it.
Oh.
He just Absolutely not.
We got to work on that. How long you been married?
It'll be 29 years.
Oh.
He ain't changing.
Nah. Well, I mean, you never know. You never know. 20 years next week for me and Steve. And
Bill was still trainable about that distance, but I think he's probably past it.
It's just clicking in. It's just clicking in for him now. You know, he's like, okay, you really can make a lot of money on this stuff. I'm like, yes, dear. You know what? I think the $1,300 Raggedy Ann and Andy kind of perked his attention back up.
Well, you're gonna have to do a few more of those to keep it, though.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Especially if you have extra help, like you've now hired help.
That's it.
And Steve's now willing to help more. So that's going to be great.
Yeah. So, and I just wanted to say, for those of you who struggle with a spouse that's not quite on board, I will tell you what gets them on board.
MONEY.
Make money. It changes everything. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about fourth quarter, and then we're not too much longer because we're going to jump into some other fun stuff. Yeah, he's in the chat going, he goes, I'm helping. Yes, you're helping. Well, you'll get better. He doesn't know it yet, but when I get home tonight, we have this 105 item stack of things that have to be labeled and boxed up to ship into Amazon.
And he'll be helping.
Mm-hmm. No, we're not doing date night tonight. We're getting Amazon stuff ready because fourth quarter's coming.
It's an Amazon date.
Yeah, normally Thursdays are our date night because I figure, you know what? You put the makeup on and you got dressed for the show. You might as well,
go out and have some fun.
Yeah, get multi-use out of it. You know, that's terrible. Now you guys know my secret. All right. So what else do they need to know about fourth quarter to stay sane and get with? What if this is like they've been doing fourth quarters now for a while, and they know they got to ramp up. They know you got to stock up on this. What other things kind of get lost by the wayside when it comes to fourth quarter sales?
Well, the first thing would be take a leap of faith and get some help. Whether it's your business or your personal life, get some help. Think back, close your eyes, and think about last fourth quarter. I don't know about you, but my personal holiday always ends up being done in a rush unless I plan for it ahead of time. I like to shop early. My kids used to know if they didn't tell me what they wanted for Christmas by September 1st. There was no chance they were getting it because I was done. But you maybe don't have to shop that far in advance, but before fourth quarter gets crazy. So maybe you're one of those buyers that's out there buying Christmas presents now, and you're going to wrap them and have them all done no later than November 1st, so that November and December, when your shipping times ramp up, you're not worried about having to get to the mall or having to get these packages wrapped or mailed out to maybe your grandkids or kids that are living across the country. Bake cookies and freeze them. You can
bake? What's that?
Okay, buy. But you can get them ahead of time, freeze them, and if you want to decorate them with your kids or grandkids, fine. They still taste good if the kids decorate them.
Yeah.
They may not look as perfect. And there's our biggest problem is we think Christmas should be perfect. And there is absolutely no such thing as perfect. And we make decisions all fourth quarter long about what's our priority. And the problem is unless we set those priorities first, today the priority is Amazon, tomorrow the priority is Christmas cookies, and the next day it might be decorating the tree. And we're just running around. So Santa doesn't do it by himself. Santa's got all those elves making those toys. He's not sitting up there pounding nails and making those wooden trains. He's got help. You should have help too. And if this isn't your first Q4, you know what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
Think about regaining an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours a day of your time to do the things you need to do by having somebody else do the other things. There's businesses out there that do nothing but run errands for you or shop for you. Have somebody in to clean your house. Don't feel like you have to home cook every piece of the meal. You don't have to bake, or bake a little and buy a little and kind of intermix them. There's all sorts of ways to save time so that you can do what is most important. Probably the things most important for you are source and list. And if you already have that mountain of inventory, it's only list.
List and ship.
And if you hire somebody to ship with you, it may not even be ship.
This is true. And something you and I do, we do this on a regular basis, and I think it's important for everyone. You don't know where you can replace things and what is your money piece and all of that unless you're keeping track. And so you and I do this like every day. We share a to-do list with each other. And something that I've added, and I recommend everyone do this, don't just make a to-do list. On your list, put a little star next to the things only you can do. Whether or not you're ready to hire somebody to do that, I mean like only you can do. For instance, on my list today was come do the show. Obviously, I'm the only one who can do this piece, right? My shipping, not so much. Somebody else can do that. So, and then the other pieces on your list, put a $ next to the things that actually bring in revenue.
Now, I had a really hard time when we started doing that extra 2 pieces because I was marking things as only I could do because I was only willing to let me be the only one to do it. Mm-hmm. Not that I couldn't have somebody else do it. I wasn't ready to let somebody else do that and feeling like I had to hug it tight. So just knowing that the mark means only I can do, not that I don't have to do it. I'm not do it, that I'm going to let somebody else do it at this point. But to get used to the idea that somebody else could do that.
Yeah, and it helps you see the future of how much of this stuff could be getting done by somebody else, because truly there is not a business out there that's going to grow past a certain point without bringing in team.
Absolutely. Yeah. And team is the key.
It absolutely is. So how about we take one more quick break and then let's come back and look at some stuff and figure out why won't they buy?
Sounds like.
I'm Danni Ackerman of thedanniapp.com, and what I do is inspire, motivate, and empower online sellers to grow a 6-figure business. I have been doing the coaching side of my business for 3 years, and I have been an online seller for, oh my goodness, this is my 17th year. We have group coaching programs, we have private coaching programs. I do in-person live events all around the country. I do a large 3-day event here in Las Vegas called More Fun, Bigger Profits. And it's all about helping people build a plan, taking action, and reaching their goals in their online business. You can come find out more about me at thedanniapp.com. Are you breaking your microphone?
I think so. We're just destroying everything today.
That's usually me.
No,
I break the microphones.
Scott just wanted to get on camera.
Yeah, I was just listening. I haven't played that. I haven't played that promo for a little bit, so it's like, I got to update that because that's like a year old. We've been doing this a lot longer now. You're one of my original Danni App Academy members. In fact, yeah.
Lots of great content there.
I really try to get everything out there that's needed to make this a 6-figure business and beyond. And have I mentioned to you guys that it's only $10 a month? Literally. I'm telling you, come on over, danniappacademy.com, and come join us. All right. Let's see. Why won't they buy? Our first item is from Sandra Q. Woosley, and she has had this item. It's a bath set. This is her niche. Her niche is bath stuff, bathroom stuff. She's had this bath set for quite a while, at least 3 years. Relisted it again in January, ended the original, made a new listing, had it on sale 2 or 3 times, purchased the set for about $15. It's a beautiful set in a popular floral design, so just can't figure out what the problem is. I will tell you, my first gut reaction when I came to this listing was not about the price. It was not about the price. It was the fact that if I had typed in floral garden bath set, I'd have been disappointed.
I see no flowers. Doesn't floral mean flowers?
There's no flowers. There's no flowers. There's no flowers. So I think that's the biggest thing is the wrong people are clicking over. And what happens is when you get too many, you get the impression is when it comes up in search and then they click over and that number, when that builds up with no buy, you get buried in search. Because, and this is exactly how search works. I mean, this is the perfect example. It's not relevant to what the shopper is looking for. And that's why eBay doesn't want it coming up anymore. They don't want that bad experience. They want people to find what they're looking for. So I have not looked at this particular. Let me look at Spring Lake real quick. What we need to do is go over here. I'm just going to go pull up another eBay tab. We had tabs all set up on my computer before we started, but the computer demons, what they be. What did I call it? Spring Lake?
Spring Lake.
Spring Lake. Is that like Swan Lake only with a spring? Spring Lake. Oh, look, Spring Lake Bath actually is a search term. So let's pull that up. And it does not bring me to bathroom.
Try shower or bath. There we go. That's our listing that we're looking at.
Yeah, that's the listing we're looking at, which also comes up as the highest price. So Spring Lake looks like it's actually a place and doesn't come up for this. So yeah, so I'd go back to people aren't really searching for Spring Lake. What's that whole title? I would change this title up. To me, it looks. Ivy was, and I know it's not ivy, but that was almost like the first thing I thought of.
Even just leaves.
Leaves, yeah. Something to do with the greenery. I don't know that I would say greenery, though, but you got to come up with that word that if somebody is looking for, I'm still trying to come up with this is why they haven't bought it yet. No, really, somebody's got to be decorating their bathroom in this style. So you have to figure out what are those words they're going to be using. I can tell you what words they're not putting in their search. They're not putting in soft green embroidery new. They're not. I would out of there. I would probably put 5-piece. I'm still torn with Spring Lake. I'm guessing that that's the brand because I see it on here. But again, it's a little bit like Spring Lake. What does this have to do with Spring Lake? So I'd find the words that have to do with these branches, these twigs, these leaves,
vines or whatever. They're not really vines. They're leaves.
They have
they're leaves on a branch.
They're leaves, yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing.
And they're beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful set.
Yeah, and as Stephen Bond says over here in the chat, the photos do look a little dark, a little on the gray side. So really getting that picture popping with, I use Picasa. I hit that auto contrast, bam. It just brightens it up. Nature, leaves. Yeah, I mean, that's who's going to be interested in this.
I might leave the word green in only because if someone's doing a bathroom and they're looking for green
bathroom set,
and it doesn't say, it says bath set. It doesn't say bathroom.
It doesn't say bathroom.
And bathroom may be the word you're looking for because it's not. When I think of a bath set, I think of a loofah and gel and lotion.
You are right.
And I don't think of a shower curtain as part of a bath set. I think of that as a bathroom.
You are correct. And Lisa over in the chat says leaves. It is. I just searched and a similar shower curtain came up. Leaves. Somebody who wants leaves in their bathroom, bam.
There it is.
This is their set.
And it's a beautiful set.
It is.
The price is good.
I'm okay with the price. Yeah. I'm perfectly okay with that price.
Now, would you sell similar or would you fix the listing being as there's two watchers?
I'd sell similar. Those watchers will find it again.
Okay.
Let's go to Beth Kelly's skirt here. Let's see. Oh, there's no little number key over here. Okay. I just realized that on this computer. 201.
That's why I turned the one off on yours.
302. It's like the worst thing to do to an OCD person is like change all their routine around. I'm telling you.
Unannounced.
It's okay. We can do it. We can go with that. There'll be a nice glass of wine waiting for me when I get home. I have a good husband. All right. We have a Land's End size 18 plus skirt, new brown, black, pink, plaid, bias wool. Scott's getting to know exactly what I'm going to say about these titles.
Way too much information in the title. That's not anybody that's going to be looking for it.
Trying to stuff too much in the title. But I think even beyond that, and I know Beth she is working so hard on her store, and she's doing a fantastic job of really figuring out who her customer is and niching and all that stuff. So really want to say good job on that, Beth. And this is one of those things like a timing thing. And we're getting into the season where people are going to start looking for their winter garments and their fall garments. This with the black background just says winter to me. It doesn't say hot summer, the time that we're in. People are very much about the moment, and it's fun. And I do this. You probably do this too. Is we know the sweaters are on sale in the spring, or whenever it's starting to get hot, or they're on sale now. The big oh yeah, even the thrift stores come get anything winter or long sleeve, and it's like the brain just says,
I don't even want to hold it in my arms to look at it. It's too hot.
Yeah. But the minute that thermometer dips, all of a sudden this trigger goes off like, oh, shoot, winter's coming. It's going to be cold. And that's when this type of stuff is going to pick up. So, yes, it's a good brand. Your price is right on. The picture's good. I just think with the black background, it says winter. It doesn't say summer and cooler clothing months.
It is wool.
And it is wool, exactly.
So that it says winter is okay.
Yeah, and so I'm a little confused at some of the beginning words too. Land's End size 18 plus skirt. Now I think she means plus size, so I would say Land's End plus size 18. Because that catches anybody who's putting in plus size and size 18. It catches them both. Yeah. And then skirt and then plaid. And then I would take out new, brown, black, pink, bias. You can leave wool in. Wool's okay. And A-line actually might be okay to leave in there too.
I might put A-line skirt.
An A-line
because
skirt,
that's how I would speak about it. I wouldn't say skirt A-line. I would say A-line skirt. And my other question about it would be, how long is it? Is it a particular style? Is it a calf length? Is it a boot length? If it fits any of those things, I might want to know that in the title.
Yeah. Would you want to know that in the title, or would you judge that by the picture? Well, are you going to type that into a search?
If that's what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for a skirt that's boot length, yes.
You're going to put boot length skirt, yeah.
But that's also going to come up if it's in the item specifics.
Correct.
Because I can't tell from the picture because I'm not seeing a full length of how big the mannequin is or any idea of how long that is.
Right.
If I was seeing maybe the full torso and getting a feel for how long it is, maybe I would need to know
Which was going to be my other piece of advice for Beth, especially since I know her store. I think it's time for a real mannequin, or get this, a real model to come in and put these on. I mean, that's how the big guys do it. They take those pictures on a real person, and that is what sells it. And I actually knew a seller who was very successful with this. She's no longer selling. She gave it up. But she did vintage clothing, and she had the most amazing pictures, because what the picture does is it puts the emotion, it puts the experience of wearing it into the person. They can imagine what it's going to look like on them, and that sells a lot of clothes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if your niche is clothing, I mean, at the very minimum, get a mannequin that actually is a body mannequin. It's a little pain in the butt, to get them dressed and all that, but could definitely pay off. All right. Who else we got? Let's see. Let's look at some hot sales. Let's look at some hot sales. That's Danni you're out on your sheet. Wait, you got? Oh, here we go. I know. I have these. Well,
Did you see me jump?
I did. It's like I love you guys for giving me the details, but it's like I have to speed read go in here and like, oh, okay, we can do this. Normally I have these all pulled up, but I don't this time. Let's pull up 28177938.
No, 38.
28177938. Isn't that what I put?
No, you didn't say the 3.
Well, gosh darn it. Jeez. Can't take me
1478.
anywhere. Now I'm all confused. It's numbers. Ah!
Here, let me read it to you straight.
Okay, you read it to me.
281779381478.
Whew. Will you come here every week for me?
And read to you?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Be that way.
Get glasses, girl.
It wasn't glasses. It's just numbers. My brain does not see numbers. I am telling you. All right. This is from Matt. We love Matt. He shut down his eBay to go on vacation. Yay, Matt. For a couple of days. And he was brought a Craftsman riding lawnmower to look at. It needed a new transmission, and the owner didn't want to fix it. So we just gave it to him. This is his business model.
I love it.
It's a beautiful thing. So he took the motor off, put it on a zero-turn rider, which I have no idea what that is, that he bought from a scrapper for $100. And he says, I have a guy ready to buy it from me for $1,200. And get that's not on eBay. So that's
no fees. That's
pure profit.
And pure profit because he's got no acquisition cost either. So
the rest of the mower got torn down and listed, and here's just one of the pieces that sold for $40. That's what he does. He just tears his stuff apart and just keeps making money hand over fist.
What a great business model for him. It is not my business model. I wouldn't know what a drag link was if you hit me over the head with it.
I thought you were going to say drag queen for a minute. You're like, what?
I would know what that is.
It's like, we live in Vegas. Have you looked around? Good niche, by the way. Yeah, so yeehaw. Love it. And I will tell you what, Matt is one of the people who week after week after week after week after week has these scores. It is just like the most amazing thing. All right, let's do Donna's. 1517801. Just correct me if I get off course here.
I gotta find it.
46041. Now, Donna is in Canada, so she has a little bit more of a challenge with her items and getting them sold. She was doing free shipping. She's kind of gone back to the charging shipping model. Uh-oh, that did not come up.
Let's try the number again.
Oh, goodness gravy. All right, read it to me. Read to me.
151780146041.
Whew. And there we go. It is a British World War II canteen flask cup cork metal Acerstone 1940 vintage. Still trying to work with her on these titles a little bit. Had a bit of a bidding war, listed it at $69.99, ended up selling for $85 US, which equals $111.83 Canadian.
Woohoo. And what did she pay for it?
She paid $10 at an auction.
Great deal.
She wasn't going to buy it, but thought, what the heck? What the heck?
Yeah, it's only $100.
What the heck? So, gotta love that. Bidding wars still happen. They are still happening. They are alive and well. I love them. I love them. I love them. So some stuff happening. eBay is kind of given a little bit of a heads up on what's coming up in our fall release. Have you heard?
A little bit. It looks interesting.
Yeah. Changes to the defect system.
We've been asking for that for a long time. Let's hope these are changes we like. I would hope so because we've been giving lots of input after all.
Oh, my goodness. So here's the thing that I have noticed. There was a couple of transactions that I know should have gotten a defect that didn't.
Ooh.
It wasn't removed. It just didn't happen. So I think they've already started putting this into play. kind of in test mode. But basically, they're taking away that piece that we are absolutely out of control of, and that is the post office. If you do your part, if you get it shipped in a timely fashion when you say you're going to get it shipped and it doesn't show up, that is not going to count against you as a defect anymore.
Especially if the post office has scanned it so that everybody knows you've actually given it to the post office. The fact that they don't fulfill their promise to deliver it within a certain number of days should not reflect on you.
Nope.
And the answer that we were getting from eBay before that of, well, maybe you're choosing the wrong carrier. We don't have that many carriers to choose from that they'll accept tracking from.
And you got to remember, a lot of that had to do with the fact that enterprise, big business, was being lumped together with marketplaces, us, and trying to find, this one-size-fits-all system that simply doesn't work for the smaller seller. Not that the smaller seller doesn't, make them a lot of money, because they do. And Devin, who's on board now, is aware of that. And he is quoted as saying, it is going to be the year of the seller.
Woohoo, I like the sound of that.
I know. I love that. The year of the seller. So if anyone is going up to the 20th anniversary,
I'll be very jealous.
I'm going.
I'm very jealous.
It was tough, though, because there's some really great events happening around the country at the same time. And you gotta go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. How do you choose which one to go? Hey, I rhymed. But obviously for me, it is the eBay one.
You have to.
Yes. I actually still have the footage. My daughter and I were on Nightline. They were there interviewing John Donahoe at the 15th anniversary special. And we happened to be in the right place at the right time talking to him. So I still have that footage of us up at that 15th celebration with John Donahoe. And so now it's with Devin. So I cannot wait to find out who are the people we need to schmooze with.
And start the schmoozing.
And we got to start the schmoozing. I mean, and that's what's really changed with eBay. It used to be that culture that was open to like, hey, contact us, send us an email.
Right. And I think that's one thing that the celebration looks like it's going to bring back, because there are no other speakers. They're not bringing in John Lawson or Marsha Collier or any of the usual suspects. It is only eBay employees that are going to be speaking.
Yeah.
So we are going to get to know them by name. We're going to get to know them by sight and get that contactability to where we can...
Contactability. Is that a word?
Probably not.
It is now.
I probably just invented it. But somebody that we can reach out to.
Yeah.
That you can start your email off with, I met you in San Jose at the 20th.
So here's my thing, guys. I will be there. I will be schmoozing. I will be getting in front of these eBay employees. Do you have questions, comments, things you want them to know, things you want me to rally for? You can send me email at niche2profit@vegasvideonetwork.com. Send me those. Let me know if you even want me to read it live on the air. But really what I am gathering is from all of the channels that I'm at is, what do you want me to go out there and rally for you guys? Because I always considered myself the advocate for the small seller, and I am not afraid to speak my mind on things and get my voice heard to the people that need to hear it and make those connections for you. So let me know what you need me to do.
I'll get you a list.
All right. You give me a list. You guys send me a list. I'm there. So thank you, Dawn.
Thanks for having me here.
I think we're ready for fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Get as much as you can off your plate. List, ship, and celebrate.
Yeah, and if you wear boxers,
look for a deal.
You look for a deal from Utterly over there. And go check out the replays of our shows on all the places that the Niche to Profit show is, including, I have my list. He doesn't have to feed it in my ear anymore. iTunes, of course, and we love we love your reviews over there of the show. YouTube, both on the Danni app channel and the Vegas Video Network channel. Roku, Stitcher, TuneIn, Chromecast, Apple TV, Google TV, Fire TV. Of course, the VegasVideoNetwork.com. All the social media channels, Overcast.fm, RSS feeds, any podcasting software, everywhere. Because Vegas Video Network rocks. And they're just that good. And they get it all out there. Yes. And there's other shows on the Vegas Video Network that are worthy of watching too. So go check out the lineup. Some good stuff. And share it with a friend. Let them know you heard it here. And come back next week because we're going to talk about something a little controversial.
Ooh, what are we going to talk about?
Oh, you're going to have to go watch the social networks. Find out.
Oh, I want to know now.
No.
I want to know now.
All right. Go be profitable. Make it fun. We'll see you next week.